Hello and welcome to this video on life after death and the philosophical arguments for and against it. The idea of an afterlife, where the soul or consciousness survives the death of the body, has been a central belief in many cultures and religions throughout history. But what do philosophers have to say about the possibility of life after death? Let's explore this question together. One of the most basic philosophical arguments for the possibility of an afterlife is the argument from dualism. Dualism is the view that the mind and body are separate entities, and that the mind or consciousness can exist independently of the physical body. According to this view, the soul or consciousness could continue to exist after the death of the body, in some other realm or dimension. However, dualism has been subject to many objections and challenges throughout history. One of the main objections is the problem of interaction. That is, the question of how a non-physical entity like the soul or consciousness could interact with the physical world. Neuroscience has also cast doubt on dualism, by suggesting that the mind is intimately tied to the physical brain, and that there is no evidence of a non-physical soul or consciousness. Another philosophical argument for the possibility of an afterlife is the argument from near-death experiences. Near-death experiences are often reported by people who have been clinically dead or in a coma, and involve vivid and sometimes mystical experiences of traveling through a tunnel, seeing a bright light, meeting deceased loved ones or spiritual entities, and feeling a sense of peace or transcendence. Some philosophers have argued that these experiences provide evidence of the survival of consciousness after death, and that they cannot be easily explained in purely physical or psychological terms. However, the argument from near-death experiences has also been criticized for a number of reasons. Some skeptics argue that these experiences can be explained by neurophysiological factors, such as oxygen deprivation or the release of certain chemicals in the brain. Others have pointed out that near-death experiences are often culturally and personally shaped, and that they may not be universal or objective experiences. On the other hand, there are many philosophical arguments against the possibility of an afterlife. One of the most famous and influential is the argument from materialism. Materialism is the view that everything in the world, including the mind and consciousness, can be reduced to or explained in terms of physical matter and natural laws. According to materialism, there is no room for a non-physical soul or consciousness, and thus no possibility of an afterlife. Another argument against the possibility of an afterlife is the argument from personal identity. This argument suggests that the survival of consciousness after death would not be meaningful or desirable, since it would not be the same person who is experiencing the afterlife. Our personal identity is tied to our memories, experiences, and relationships, which are all anchored in our physical bodies and brains. Without these, it is not clear what kind of personal continuity or identity could exist in an afterlife. Overall, the question of life after death remains one of the most fascinating and enduring mysteries of human existence. While there are many philosophical arguments for and against the possibility of an afterlife, the ultimate answer may lie beyond the scope of reason and evidence, and depend on our individual beliefs, values, and experiences. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share them below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on philosophy and related topics.